Ethel Nelson and Pastor Kang Chong Heng, KT. Kang, shared a remarkable partnership that brought together their unique backgrounds and insights, resulting in a groundbreaking exploration of the connections between ancient Chinese characters and biblical narratives. Their collaboration not only contributed to religious scholarship but also reflected their deep commitment to faith, education, and service to others. Kang Chong Heng was born on October 28, 1895, in Singapore. Raised in the Catholic tradition, he pursued his education at St. Joseph Institute, a well-known Catholic school, where he earned his senior Cambridge certificate. He began his career as an accountant and financial officer in the Singapore government. However, his life took a spiritual turn when he encountered the teachings of the biblical Sabbath at an evangelistic meeting. This experience led him to convert to the Seventh-day Adventist faith, a decision that ultimately prompted him to leave his government position and dedicate his life to religious service. Kang enrolled in the Theological Training Institute in Taotaotseng, China, where he met Leah Tek Sing, a teacher and dean of women. Together, they embarked on a lifelong mission to serve in God's vineyard, raising a family of 11 children, 8 of whom survived to adulthood. Kang's ministerial career was diverse, including roles as a pastor, Bible instructor, chaplain, and leader of the Swato and Hakka missions in China. His deep faith and intellectual curiosity eventually led him to explore ancient Chinese characters, seeking to uncover their potential connections to the biblical narrative. Ethel Nelson, born in 1923 in San Diego, California, was a pathologist with a deep passion for medical science and religious study. She met her husband, Dr. Roger Nelson, while attending the Loma Linda University School of Medicine. The couple married in 1946 and soon felt called to missionary work. In 1951, they moved to Bangkok, Thailand, where they worked at the Seventh-day Adventist Mission Hospital. While Roger practiced surgery, Ethel focused on pathology and general medicine, even founding a school of medical technology to train students from across Asia. Despite her demanding work, she was a loving mother to her 3 children, planning creative family vacations that often intertwined with their mission work. Ethel's journey into the study of ancient Chinese characters began over 20 years before her collaboration with Kang when she came across his book Genesis and the Chinese. The book dissected Chinese characters to reveal stories from the early chapters of Genesis, sparking Ethel's curiosity and leading her to explore the connections between these ancient pictograms and the Bible. While serving in Bangkok, she used these insights to teach Bible studies to both Thai and Chinese students, garnering fascination and wonder from her audience. Upon returning to the United States, Ethel's life took a serendipitous turn when her son introduced her to Pastor Kang's grandson, a college friend. This connection enabled her to reach out to Kang, leading to a fruitful collaboration that expanded the original research. Together, they uncovered even more ancient Chinese characters that illustrated biblical stories. Their joint efforts culminated in the publication of Discovery of Genesis in 1979, a book that argued that ancient Chinese characters, some dating back to the Shang dynasty around 1700 BC, contained elements that paralleled the biblical creation story. For example, the character for righteousness combined symbols for a lamb and me, suggesting the concept of the Lamb of God. Another character, meaning to create, included elements that echoed the Genesis account of God forming man from the dust. Nelson and Kang's research also delved into the historical and spiritual journey of the Chinese people. They observed that over time, the Chinese had moved away from their original beliefs, adopting ancestor worship, Buddhism, and Taoism. Despite this shift, they believed that the ancient characters could serve as a bridge to help modern Chinese people rediscover the biblical truths embedded in their culture. Their work, while groundbreaking, was not without its critics. Scholars and linguists raised concerns about the methodology and interpretations, arguing that the analysis was based on selective and sometimes anachronistic interpretations. Critics suggested that by imposing a Judeo-Christian framework onto Chinese culture, Nelson and Kang might have projected foreign concepts onto a distinct spiritual and historical tradition. Despite these criticisms, their work garnered significant interest, particularly among evangelists in Japan, Korea, and other parts of the world. Many saw the potential to use Chinese characters to connect with their own people, demonstrating that Christianity was not a foreign religion. Ethel Nelson's research-oriented mind extended beyond her work with Chinese characters. She was a prolific writer, publishing numerous research papers and books, including Oracle Bones Speak, co-written with Dr. Richard Broadberry, which further explored the connection between ancient Chinese characters and biblical stories. In addition to her scholarly pursuits, Ethel also wrote health books and illustrated storybooks for her grandchildren, drawing from her family's time in Thailand. Even after leaving Thailand in 1983, having spent over 22 years in mission work, Ethel remained active in her research and writing until her passing on January 28, 2021, just 1 month shy of her 98th birthday. She and Roger settled in Dunlap, where they continued to help others through their medical work and by offering encouragement, opening their home, and supporting the education of many. The collaboration between Ethel Nelson and Pastor Kang Chong Heng resulted in a unique and influential body of work that continues to inspire inquiring minds from various backgrounds. Their exploration of ancient Chinese characters as a bridge to biblical truths offers a unique perspective on how language and culture can intersect with spiritual narratives. Despite the controversies surrounding their interpretations, their work remains a testament to the power of cross-cultural collaboration and the enduring quest to uncover deeper meanings in the world's oldest languages. Through their dedication to faith, service, and intellectual curiosity, Ethel Nelson and Pastor Kang Chong Heng left a legacy that continues to resonate across cultures and generations.
Go on, get.